The use of Vygotsky's sociocultural theory in education. Teachers in training are taught a multitude of theories and ideologies with the goal of helping shape their future pedagogical practices. One of the most prominent theories that is taught emerged from the mind of an early Russian developmentalist and Marxist psychologist, Lev Vygotsky. Vygotsky's approach toward developmental psychology starkly contrasted other existing theories concerning cognitive development, which is why I believe Vygotsky's perspective is still being taught in university-level education courses today. Vygotsky believed that adults in any society intentionally foster children's cognitive development in a somewhat systematic manner. Because of this emphasis on how social and cultural factors impact children's growth, he generally focused on the importance of adult instruction and guidance for promoting cognitive development. In layman's terms, he believed that the adults in a child's life have a direct impact on the mental maturation of a child. Because of these compounded beliefs, Vygotsky's views coined the title sociocultural theory. Previous theorists in the field of developmental psychology studied the kinds of tasks children could perform on their own. Jean Piaget's theory of cognitive development is an example. Vygotsky, on the other hand, took a different perspective. He examined the kinds of tasks that children could perform only with adult assistance. As early as the mid-1920s, his theory began to spread all over. His primary focus targeted the role of a child's social and cultural environments in fostering their cognitive growth. This type of study is very useful for educators, one can assume, as it leads to a better understanding of a child's capacity to learn and grow. Vygotsky's basic assumptions provide that baseline understanding for those who wish to aid in the cognitive development of children, whether that be from the perspective of a parent or of an educator. These basic assumptions are as follows. 1. Through schooling, formal and informal, adults convey to children the ways in which the culture they are in interprets and responds to the world. 2. One's own culture passes down physical and cognitive tools that make daily living more productive. Examples of this include writing, maps, and spreadsheets. 3. Children can accomplish more difficult tasks when assisted by more competent individuals, adults. 4. Challenging tasks promote maximum cognitive growth. An example of this is the zone of proximal development. 5. The act of playing allows children to cognitively stretch themselves. Though Vygotsky died an early death, his theory on cognitive development lives on. It has modern applications in our classrooms today. Vygotsky supported the notion that to fully understand the human mind, one must understand its genesis. This is evident in some of the contemporary extensions and applications of Vygotsky's sociocultural theory. The text, Educational Psychology, claims that providing cognitive tools that students can use in thinking about and tackling new tasks is a modern application of Vygotsky's theory. This is where thinking maps emerged. Engaging students in adult activities that are common in their culture is another way to apply Vygotsky's theory. An example of this: a high school publishes a monthly school newspaper with news articles, editorials, cartoons, announcements of upcoming events, advertisements for local businesses, etc. Students assume various roles, including reporters, cartoonists, editors, proofreaders, etc. These all depict ways Vygotsky's theory has been integrated into modern classrooms all over the world. It is evident that Russian native Lev Vygotsky created a theory in developmental psychology so relevant to teachers and students that it has persisted throughout a century. Vygotsky's sociocultural theory, inspired from his work at the University of Moscow, has sculpted the views and pedagogic practices of teachers from all different origins. This means, if you think about it, Lev Vygotsky's ideas likely impacted your education.